How are you? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. How's it going?
They're going well. Things are going really well.
So I really, really love Superbad. I think it's an awesome
you.
song.
Thank you so much.
What was it about this song that you wanted it to be your single? Why?
Well, I just felt like it was a very good representation as to what the rest of the album sounded like. A lot of live horns and guitars and bass, and if you're into artists like Michael or Prince or Kool and the Gang, those artists had such an impact on this album.
Totally, I totally got a Michael Jackson vibe from it, 100%.
Cool. Yeah.
And from the video, I have to say, I feel like I got a young Leonardo DiCaprio from you.
I'm getting that a lot as I get older. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. So I take it as a compliment, and yeah, I mean, you know, that look too, that sort of sweater, button down, hair pulled back.
The voiceover part of the video.
The voiceover too. Yeah, it was just very like sort of Wolf of Wall Street, Catch Me If You Can. Yeah, but the whole concept, I think, for the videos in the future and for the album is that it is retro. It's sort of 60s, 70s retro. So
when it comes down to that kind of stuff, the music video, how much say do you have in that?
Complete. I mean, my hand is on everything, including the camera. So, you know, Jacob Owens did a really good job directing, but it was definitely a joint effort. You know, we're sitting there lining up the shots, choosing, you know, what angle to shoot from, what lens to use. The girl in the video had like 9 or 10 costume changes. I was there for every single one, making sure it was like she looked amazing in all the clothes. It was hard not to look amazing. She was a gorgeous model. But yeah, it was just
lucky guy you are.
But I am a perfectionist, you know, and it's like it doesn't get released unless it's absolutely perfect.
What are you most excited for with this album? How do you think it's going to represent you as an artist?
I just think it's the most, like, it is absolutely my greatest musical achievement yet. Like, and I started my own record company about 7 months ago, and I'm doing this one on my own. And after a long 10-year relationship with a major record company, I've learned all of the business end of it. I'm, you know, just doing it so much, and the creative is just always, this is the album I've always wanted to make and was never really given the free reins to do so or the capital to do so. But now that I have that, I can do it on my own, make the record I want to make. And I think, you know, in terms of pop music, like this is that kind, you know, this is the best pop record I think I know how to make. So, yeah.
And being in the industry for so long, and obviously starting when you were so young and now, what would you say is the biggest lesson you've learned about, like, yourself and the industry?
Maybe think a little bit more about certain things before you speak. You don't want to speak out of turn. I've only done it a couple times in my life. Can you give me an example? I just want to know. I'm not giving you an example because I'm not stirring up the old pot. But there were a couple like stories over the course of 10 years I had to like reel them back in, and I was like, oh, I didn't mean to say that.
Do you get nervous to do interviews sometimes?
Nah, I think I've got the filter like locked in now. I've been doing this I put my 10,000 hours in, but
I'm gonna like bleep out certain parts of this interview, so it sounds like you're like swearing.
Right.
Like,
totally.
It's not a swearing problem.
Yeah, no. It's you know, I think it's a learning experience, and for young artists coming up, you know, you just kind of have to. I mean, you kind of just have, there's a lot of repercussions if you do mess up, you know, and you kind of have to deal with those. So it's just a matter of what you want to deal with and how much, you know, baggage you want to deal with on that end.
The music industry right now, I feel like it's in a really interesting place because we have boy bands, we have girl bands, you know, we have pop artists.
I think that there's room for everyone and anything. I think the EDM thing, as much as I love that sound, I think that it is kind of on its way out. I think that there are new styles, new bands, new acts that are coming out that people are really starting to pay attention to. And I think musicality is coming back in a big way. I think people like Bruno Mars knocked that door down for sure. And, you know, Pharrell, I feel like it's a big landscape right now, you know, with tons of new artists that the American listening public are going to love.
Anyone here you'd love to collab with? Specifically?
He's performing tonight, actually. I'd love to do a song with Tiesto. That'd be a lot of fun. I've never done like the DJ artist thing, so that would be fun.
And you're so serious, such a serious guy, which I appreciate. But I want to know, what is like your nerdiest obsession? What's something you like geek out over?
My nerdiest obsession? Oh man.
Breaking you down, Jesse.
Okay, this is a little nerdy, but it's more of like it's therapeutic for me.
I'm the judge of that.
Recently, I was told by the doctor I had to drink less coffee, so he's like, get into tea. So I've been really into tea, and like I went to the American Tea Room in Beverly Hills a few weeks ago, and I bought like $200 worth of tea, and I came home and I'm now brewing tea like every day, like 6 to 8 cups a day. But each tea has to be brewed at like a certain temperature and for a certain amount of time. So I'm sitting there like brewing the tea. Yeah, it's really funny, and all my friends and family come over, like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm having a tea party with myself. It's been going well. Like I drink like 8 cups a day, and like it's just changed my life.
What's like your favorite kind of tea?
Right now, I'm into a Chinese green tea that I love. It's called Bio Chulong, I think. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, nice talking to you. Good luck with everything. Have a good one.